the new force, your friend Hubert Baidoo. Open Akwaba.
Yeah.
Bibiaboko.
That's it. Yamiadom.
Good.
Bibiaboko now so.
Yamiadom. We are told to say and Dr. Baomia and John Dramani Mahama Eko file omu nomination and Yayanti yese nanakwamebediako be file ne DNA. How true is this?
Somewhat say ya na no cre. Okay. Na edika no. Mamifa na se kese Emma Onua TV. Se mama yakonye biem se yemebo nanakwamebediako ne nsempa no ho dewuru. Afen so medenchia kese pa ebeko ama Ghana fo nyina danfo. Boys and girls nyina danfo. Nanakwamebediako anopay mechiano pa. I
see. Job what time be file nomination time be?
By 10 a.m.
Oh, 10 a.m. yeah. Oh, so just about 10 more minutes na wako file.
Me no ka say na kwan so ayekwa no.
But Nanakwame any running mate. So obviously file the nomination.
Ghana mremu no so we running mate untimi file nomination.
Yes. Yeah, but you name the running mate.
Ne mu memra no enkyere say je say ye da running mate na di.
Okay.
Enti running mate ne de ye wo pa.
But so the more running mate on paper.
Paper chawane.
But munyanda na di.
Eno na waka.
Mobile launch mobile da na di da be.
So the Ghana fo nyina nim no munim say eba marketing dia. Nanakwamebediako edi kan pa.
I see.
Ye wo say ne ahye nyoma.
Oh yeah, strategic economic analyst edema the new force.
You.
Nano Nanakwamebediako ede ne eni so ade hunu beto Ghana fo anim no. O catch the Ghana for say or the 12 ministers and be really on my way.
You.
I mean, yenya other parties and other presidential candidates for so much so. What is the main focus of these 12 ministers on between me really on my way? Because your original ministers across Mokrade Omobru 12 per the original demarcation Omobru 12, but also 12 ministers and on the bay. How is it going to be possible?
When you are medawasibim na edikan no me pese Ghana for eya so na omutie assembly and say no human law can immunize itself against human intervention. Actually say emra bia ni ho a eye nipa na ahyehya sa mra no ebo ne ho ban against nipa na ehyehya mra no. Enti se nipa hyemra nipa na sesa no.
Okay.
Esan se emra ne wo ho e de manipa. Se be ma ya setenem atumpon.
Okay.
Na obehwa Ghana emra ana se constitution no. Ema ho kwan se president ebetumi appoint regional ministers. Nenso so onkyere dodo a obe appoint. Enti se regions near 10 and I say 16 na or appointed 16 ministers na in the will of the president no obetimi appointed deputy ministers 2233.
Okay.
Enti so we hwe said yesi a craft ye mmra ne bia it makes our country overgoverned and misgoverned.
I see.
Enti Nanakwamebediako eni so ade hunu ne say sa regional ministers here omodeda regions ya no a constitutionally no they have never had executive duties or functions.
They are an oversight responsibility.
They are just representatives of the president. The can say the 16 regional CEOs and ever
CEOs.
Prepare you. And
so technically yes, the Dino from being a regional minister to CEO.
And you Dino kwa. It is the function also.
Okay.
So the regional ministers, they don't have executive duty to initiate projects in the region.
Yes.
It is so regional minister via ni wa akojina baby aka se me ba no maybe a factory way, my industry way, and no na eku o man no.
Sure.
Enti so onye adwuma bia mfa mo region ne dia ene na etua ne ka for what? Enti ye de ne say ye be build industries across all the regions of Ghana. Na 16 regional CEOs we ene be accountable to industries na ye baby no. This is the vision of
How are they going to be
nanakwamebediako.
accountable? Because you're going to be provide this kind, you're going to be initiative like you just said.
Okay. Another thing. Ade baako a esese Ghana for ehune say the regions of Ghana no esese semi-autonomous.
Okay.
They are sub-national units or enclaves. Esese omo ankasa have omo small economic units and I say economy. Na ni nyina eboaboa no na enya a consolidated economy for Ghana.
Okay.
So we said the metre no. Na say wanya enipa obede da sa regions ya no be operational duties. Na currently the omo wa ne administrative duties are. Yentumi benefit from regions no. Enu nti na Ghana ha say so bia ma ne bag so a na senya abrochire no okwa enkran e no oba. Nenso so Accra no the whole greater Accra no is just 1.4% of the entire size of Ghana.
Yeah. I see. Very interesting. Another issue be some reason and that you should imagine kakra. Say obe make sure say your food security benya betumi store aduane for 100 years.
Yeah.
Is it going to be within 4 years? Because constitutional mandate president bia say obeko one term. Oko one term new year na Ghana for ehune moba betumi akobiem. To Ghana for ehune moba no masansora really elected to become the president. But within a space of 4 years, how is it going to make sure say betumi enya food security for 100 years?
Minua ya check.
Oh really?
Ohwe Ghana ha say ya sase no. 85% fertile. Actually say Ghana ha no TV3 anase onua abontin ya so yi. Se odi nso okura gu fom a wanhwe ebe fifiri bibi. Bibi a odi betu fom bia ebe fifiri bibi. Enti bibia ni ho a ekire se oman yi esase ekom ebam.
I see.
Nansen yetete se aban asan ponisika e de kra
$500 million, yeah.
Any idea?
Yeah.
Which is sad. Ghana enye omanya etwa se ekom kura bamuda. Ese senka yetumi nya aduane mani buso. Na ye mum ye export. Nenso so we have a failed leadership.
A failed leadership.
We have a failed leadership. Na sa failed leadership no. Ekwan bi so no yenia Ghana for eniama ho kwan unim bibi menua
Catch me.
Enioma mienu ene ne Ghana for ADSC
Ebi ne den.
na the edikan no in finance your friend no sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy.
You na there's a sunk cost no kire ne say oye business bi na odi usika akoshim na business no emfa return emma na enso so sika na odi akoshim no wonpese obelusu nti kosoa na odi sika na yede ebi ehemu eno ne some cost fallacy no
I don't know to cry unya faso bi.
Unya faso bi enfri mu until you are unable to cut your losses early enough. Ghana for your situation in
Interesting.
ya bo MPP any NDC for ho ka ade no boy ka na enso so ye hu na akwa akodi mu no ye ntimi nkate your losses ntem na wo mu nso ahu no na wo mu take advantage de to so mienu ade ba ko a ene Ghana for ADSC ye frɛ no say Stockholm's syndrome. Ane
Brofo dem de bi ba yo.
Kasa ni bi wo ho a ni twi ni ho.
If you check Stockholm syndrome.
Na sa Stockholm syndrome yi.
Yes.
The actually say uni obite anase obi atake you captive. Na o abuse you na o de kwa atiti mu.
Ofa onumum.
Na enso so o body no anase o psyche no. Etumia build a coping mechanism.
Okay.
Enti nipa no o ya wa yakayaka de. Enso so ye twini free o ho a o mpene.
Okay.
Sa situation na Ghana for ewum Stockholm syndrome and a sunk cost fallacy.
I see.
Enya sa enka NDC ni MPP enka me metna ha enka nkyere Ghana for say SSC yi omu free ho.
I see.
Hey, yeah.
Very interesting. So how is it going to also create 800,000 jobs within 4 years?
800,000 jobs no. Already policy document ni ya. Yes say 8 million jobs projected to be created in 10 years.
8 million jobs projected to be created within 10 years.
Within the next decade.
Okay.
Within the next decade. Into 800,000 no.
Every year be
800. Sanity.
800,000.
Sanity.
I see.
Sanity.
So even within the 4 years of crowd,
it's by the fourth year, no, you can call about 4 million, about 3.2 million jobs.
I see. Now, so what is the policy direction and the focus of the new Ghana force?
The new force.
The new force.
Me da se so we bisa sa question yi. Unim aban bia no a eye serious no na eye serious government no. Enuoma mienu bi ohono mu a ese so omudi si omani so. Na sa enuoma mienu no ese se ba akon kosoro no na ba akon ba fom. De ese se e ba fom no eye de nyina enim inflation.
Okay.
Na de ese se ekosoro no eye employment. Sa enuoma mienu wi ye de no ye reverse. For the last 30 to 40 years, MPP ni NDC, edi oman so no. Inflation, you know, there be a kosoro. And employment, you know, there be a kofom. This is what nanakwamebediako seeks to change. Ye pese e mabunu no enya adwuma eyo. Na ye pese ye produce more. Na Ghana eye net exporter. Sebe ya nneoma beko fom ama Ghana for. Na yetumi enya disposable income. Ye salary na ye gino ye nneoma na ye ton yetumi enya bi e de ato ho ema ye ma. This is the vision of nanakwamebediako. Simple.
I see. It's strategically was a Ghana or IMF. Ye mostly attack boy ya bosi akrefia manone osio ba Ghana be print on one sika near there. I mean the vision is so. But Ghana bema just 4 years. 4 years not to me find any na. It's more going to this about way. So Ghana for you na etuma moa na nanakwamebediako be president or Ghana ha no mo say ya within 4 years. The first 4 years are all by dear potty and obabe.
The first thing nanakwamebediako ebeye is to secure 2 industrial plants for each region of Ghana. 2
industrial plants
for each region of Ghana.
So that is 16 regions.
Yes.
32 industrial plants.
Na industrial plants no baako air for the mining industry.
Okay.
And a baako air for the agro processing industry. Na you keep saying say in 4 years you bet to me. NDC MPP for na ama yadwene aye say bibia ni ho a Ghana for bet to me ayo.
Oh, I see. You doable.
Sanity.
I see.
Yewo amman bi to say Norway and Switzerland. Omo population no kura to say enkran ha a population.
Yeah.
And so hwani omo akese a omo ye.
Yeah.
Because they have a serious leadership.
Interesting. How much is it going to cost Ghana? Say benya this industry, these 2 industries in all the region. How much will it cost Ghana? And how do you intend to generate funds? Because as a stance in Ghana, the car,
sir,
over 700 billion.
Sir,
the car. Mobe just can when I'm there. Say ni me mo pesa we. And I'm work with Bosia ni bia beka ho.
Debi. Bosia de ene nanakwamebediako aban eto nkwanta apai. Na o question a obisa se yebenya sika no won hen.
Yeah.
Onim ma menchira obibi. Ghana yo oman bi a sika wo mu pa. Nenso so leakages bebre nso so ewo oman nim.
Yeah, they can tell consul.
Sanity.
I see.
Ghana yet say da sen eto apai. Enti sika no egum na esone fa ase. Adentina make say if we have a serious government, it has the will to pluck systemic leakages. Afibia Auditor General report to say sika you lose to corruption kwan etwam $4 billion. Afibia.
Yeah.
All the time say for saying $16 billion. And just by plugging systemic leakages, $16 billion at the hodada.
I see, which is guaranteed.
Guaranteed. As far back as 2010, 2012, capital flight, sika a free Ghana ha yen to me are accounted for. Na brought $12 billion.
I see.
Enti say wanya hwe kura wo man mu wo de enton hwe produce hwe just end corruption. You immediately have more than $24 billion to start with.
That's a yati bi da o. Yati da o.
Sir.
Oh, yati sika so. O man you here man.
So ka say yati sika so na so wan kire ekwan e befa so apesika no.
Enam amamu a enye enkoyi nti. Ekom de yen. Dr. Bawomi also say if the fundamental is weak, your exchange rate will expose you. We've heard all these things, but this is where we are. This is how we find ourselves. This is that Jimwedi. newforce.
The SSA Emma Ghana fo nyina enya enkranhye no munya gidie ewo mu ene say we are not coming with the gargantuan structure of a political party. Adia ba ko eku Ghana fo no minua.
Sir.
Ane amayin penimfo no bi wo hono mu a nanka omutri mu pono enye bone. Nanka omani so ade hunu no yade ebeboa Ghana. Nenso so baggage no a omonde ba no as a political party no eso. Enipa a wakobobo omo hobosia ne dan a watonton abusua sika a ode akoye campaign ni nua bi banka ode abo ne bosia de aye campaign nti no so oba aban ni mu a ese sankrofo we nyina tete wo mo ka enji se nipa no ni so ade hu no so kura no a emmem.
Interesting.
And we say we want to operate the leanest and the most efficient governance model ever in the history of African politics.
Interesting.
As I said, ministers, omoya 12, a big kahu, a big deputy crank kahu.
Oh, sir.
Anne.
No deputy ministers.
Edumane so.
Now, the minister area, I mean, how
each minister has a permanent secretary.
A permanent
so you have a secretary to the minister
who will be in charge of all the administrative issues.
Aye.
But ministers will be secretary, personal secretaries.
There be any secretary or two you can secretary and the church or new but
the permanent administrative secretary.
Sanity. Now unim minia Ghana your GDP nyina mo ka say adwuma so na me ma mo perspective.
Okay.
Your GDP nyina about $70 billion. Sa $70 billion no enuru company ba ko pe ne annual revenue e will contribute to say US.
Interesting.
Then so CEO ba ko pe ne da no we need deputy CEO. Walmart a year utimi making revenue etwam over 70 billion na GDP no.
But a company is different from a country.
There be so kasa de no so e sikasem ne yeka ho asem.
Yeah, sikasem.
Okay,
so ye different. Ba ko ye oman na ba ko ye adwuma.
Me ma another example, Harvard University.
Also your school.
But nipa na gum.
Yes, I mean
nipa na gum.
School share different from
the endowment of Harvard University and Ghana GDP ya epe. It's over $60 billion. Also nipa ba ko pe na da no. Structures. If you have the will to develop the country, you will do it. They don't have the political will to develop this country. And I say we are suffering from the sunk cost fallacy and the Stockholm syndrome. And the earlier we break it, the better for all of us.
As a group is proud.
Sanity.
But it's very interesting to note. I mean, you have a very fine policies, but what me at home, Sansem with the Ghana for what you say.
In fact, Ghana for Ade Omaye no Aji ensem. So call villages no bebre no na ye kra yesu say Same say jama yedi no akra ni kumase nko anete. Nenso so ye sha ase say ye kwa pro na ye so ma ye nkrofo no. Feedback na omode ba no age yensem.
Oh.
Amoye hu say mpanimfo no kura ho wo so.
I see.
And we are ready to make a change in this country. Yeah.
I see. And all things being equal, 12 ministers, 800,000 jobs within a year, 100, a bit me as to 100 years.
Yes.
Is it within a period of 4 years? No, but me yes, I didn't need that. 4 years, Nisa.
100 years, Nisa.
100 years, Nisa.
Aye.
Then you never debate me as for 100 years.
And I'm the can catch you say Ghana assassin 85% air fertile. Enti na mamenchira wadie bi. The city of Tokyo. The population air 40 million. And so the size of Tokyo at the western region.
Yes.
Na me mau perspective bi. Say you pia Ghana for nyina de kokogu western region na say serious you bekum. You bet me see high-rise buildings or western region at them.
Yeah.
Ama the rest of the land no, you bet me the adua in Yaba. You bet me the food. I'm just giving you a perspective. So no, and you see a case within 4 years no, you bet to me and your food reserves are a bit for the next century. And you was remuka. And you was remuka.
So technically, mobile.
It was just for context.
Okay. But in our own case, practically, the same because yes, I mean, yes, a high-rise building, no. Yeah, the crabination class here will build be 15 or 17.
The point is not the high-rise building. That was just for context.
Okay.
Now the American say, assassin bebre da hono mo a esan say. Your leadership no ehunu here say
enough. I'm not the planting for food. I'm not the railing for export.
And accommodate.
Oh,
Tio minua show Ghana hana e wo no. Se opese obua oman pa na solve Ghana problem. One of the first things you have to do is to end food inflation. Se aduane bo eden Ghana fo nya hoto da.
Ende no credit.
Minua me no ka say woni se aduane bo den.
Enra me kotom mo small one be 5 kilos one Ghana. Se ade kwesi Ghana ha. And so you do a bit me a more Ghana, Oko voter region, a bit me a more. Oh, yeah, baby, anyone Ghana, you see a dear be intimate. Yeah, that's true.
Now, you need the political will to do that.
Not just one person just say, I buy a betray Mukomo Danko Dada.
Any owner, okay.
Because you got money political word, and I just say, oh, no, okay. As a more dada, if you had the bizarre question.
Maybe you have in Parliament.
Yes, yes.
Kwa more come around so na you who say more
so being for
all the constituencies. The whole so more can say.
Minia, if you make me da say obisa sa question yi na ye wo enipa bebre a omo open say omo betumi ne owura nanakwamebediako akọ in terms of parliamentary no. Neso so we independent candidate Untimi enka say oh me parliamentary candidate nie me parliamentary candidate baako Huni Valley baako ha na say so we are operating a decentralized structure. Unia opese okọ parliamentary no yensi ho kwan. Dani duru ho na esese ye boa obia no as a team, a formidable force wa ye be omadi.
I see.
Mo sha ye bra ka wo yanim ene se ne Ghana yen hihye ne tie wo a wo ruli se bia mo na mo bedi oman so a yen parliament hihye ntia wo se mo na mo crofo ne door so ho ne ene ntina me busa sa question you because
yeah na sa asem we metie kire na empanimfo ni bi last mete se panyin pa bi wo Ghana na wo ka se independent for no crowd your mood agro now about parliament cry emrane say as I choose ministers every parliament
about 50% of your
my question is and so what
but I am right hyehyɛ dia to
I am right hyehyɛ say as I say you ministers every parliament
yes
emrane nkyerɛ say as I say ministers na your party members
and mo bo ho there but party members go with your ideology
yes.
If on follow ideology, how do you appoint somebody like that to be?
There is no ideology that supersedes the supreme will of the Ghanaian people. There is no ideology that is greater than the economic interest of this party. Ebiem, members of parliament now, Omo, their allegiance is not to the political party. Technically, I'm
happy you are
saying they are just running on the ticket of political parties, but they are accountable to their constituents.
That's true.
Enti Samuel Mampenyi na me de dwumadie bi ebeto o man nim me pese minya parliamentary approval na parliamentarians ne say me free omo party and I say me nwen omo ku enti omo nsan a the constituents are there, they are watching.
But we've seen most of them. I mean, e-levy by and ye hunyema esi our parliament. So any nasifo huntokwa ne nasifo esi because party for can say oh yeah minority the majority also had their way. Meanwhile, New Force ebiana munyanya enough representatives our parliament to ensure the easy flow of government business. About the South Suwa, it's not going to hamu wakwan biaso.
Enye New Force ena hano. Ade bia no a ebeboa Ghana no. Wo bejina obeya kwensidi ama no enye nipa no a ode ade na oba no na wo hano. Ghana na wo hano.
Ba ro peso ya ade na akwensidi wo hono mo. Sa akwensidi no so yese bia ya akwensidi eyemra ya lay down.
Enti ugidi se biribi papa bi ba. Parliamentarians betimi asia no kwan na so betimi asia no kwan there. That is the exact reason in tia ye can say they don't have the interest of the country at will. The fact say utimi susu o wadwene mu say omo betumi ayesa no say they have never had the interest of the country at will.
But probably they might have a counter view. Maybe now you might have a very superior opinion. To say we'll be creating 800,000 jobs within a year. Also Ghana, be try sika ewa hanu
sanity.
And 12 ministers majority of them about 50% to be your parliament. I be na wunni sa domino and asasa anko for no.
Domino domo. So long as no the be. So long as they are parliamentarians, you can choose your. It doesn't have to be from your party.
But do you have the men?
Do you have the men? No, yeah. The Omo promises that they have the men.
Okay, so
we have the men and we have the women.
Okay.
I see.
So back to Sanchez where ye can come back see ye maraso. New Force mobile yen constitution. Mohon is saying.
Enuntina, if you may say me can say no human law can immunize itself against human intervention. Constitution na edaho no Ghana for the money to me. Yes, said the man Ghana for and I share for the interest of the Ghanaian people. And to be bia no a ewo sabu kunumu a emwa Ghana no. And say Ghana for you 2 years or no near free. Period.
But and that form sao.
And that form pa
it would have to go through parliamentary approval. And I'm more to me be
there be any to be na make us a Ghana for as I say 2 years or no near years and your money free.
Okay. Just say open we say we yenyi ya to yenyi yema we wom
na your politicians no wo nim say constitution in favor omo ya tro constitution no dia ma president ne na powerful enti nyoma na ewo mu na emwa oman no wo mu nka nkyerɛw omo nka nkyerɛw se munimu say ministries no edoso a adadadada no mo antwa so mo ante so afei ayewura 2024 mahu se Ghana for mabunu bu afu complain no we say me the system ministers na beba we say mate so about 50 da dey na way.
Yes, because back to another question ohia yewura jema na no launch the manifesto say as gracia obey free home. So does it mean say pressure na more dey mom because New Force as a youth no more doso and now almost obia cassette sa as gracia pressure na more dey mom so be someone na say we accept that the fact say you are giving them pressure.
If yes say kwatre kwase obema ntoma
listen to the name of the
TND oni na ono say as gracia no obetwa no what him.
So opportunity to
the first idea says you need to set an example. Yedema ono say menye.
But Hubert.
Say okwa abemu no aba back. And we
Me say wajibi.
Onye.
What wajibi as an ex-president wajibi.
Yeah, we trying to cast.
Wo mu a na ban mu fo wo so afiri ho ne ade nyina ne MPs wo mu parliament ne wo mu so jibi. Enti there be entwen ma.
That's all only
reject it. Ebi asida.
Constitution.
Talk about the one rejected.
Yeah.
You have to reject it and yes I will say me ba me twam.
All right. There is one of the biggest TV platforms that we're gonna hire on your TV.
Sir.
Feedback, I mean, from various places across the country. Just say, "Kofo crap is a mobile constituents, but the whom we are no
Ghana for nya betre.
I can't be able to me.
The make catch Ghana for and say we are just about to turn the engine on.
Hey,
Pachoane.
In it, I can't 8 to 9 days.
Ane. Your school near can be busy last days are dangerous.
Oh, and
these last days will be very, very dangerous. We are just about to turn the engine on into Ghana for Enya Butremaya Pa.
I see.
Campaign I no Ghana for who be that.
Yeah, well, about 275 constituencies in this country.
276.
276. All things being equal. I can't 8 to 9 days. Wait me up on in
we are determined.
Because I feel I'm more cotton, Muniema, Muslim, Ediama Ghana for. Despite being on this biggest platform, any other platforms be more try to reach out to the people. For person who feel more presence, for person who join the crowd now. I mean, they don't even have any process. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know how to do them.
Minya, I'm say what you actually.
Sir,
it's say the job day ground.
I see.
It's say your database cry no your pay because any pay guso no crash your systems.
Interesting. Currently, what's a database?
Edoso.
But about an average of
edoso ma mi ankasa mi hudwiri me.
I see.
And these are not people who are ye cry ye said that call in krunkru so say ye kohwehwe o machira kwan.
I see.
They voluntarily registered on our website. Ebi frefre ebi ye wonipa bebre omo ankasa atoto omo pickups a branded pickups na dey ye adwuma mai. Ebi kura ho na nanakwamebediako nya we.
Various constituencies in the country.
And this shows to say the end of the political duopoly is 9.
I see.
We abempa.
Asudie bi da muso ana.
Asudie de da yeso. Na asudie ne na ye nko yeso. E da Ghana fo nyina so. We have a charge to keep as a country. Enya sa nka anopei minidi yo binua. Neso so mani hu donti.
Wa she quote about that. Tra also the day.
Yes, I do ane boy de. And say me call 010. Formation am me call 010.
So far, remember the electoral process. And the election process is not an event. So far, more engagement with the electoral commission. I was saying it's here because most of the times say these two leading political parties now, as a less attention is being given to other political parties. So far, more relationship with the EC, let's say.
A relationship with ECD, we say a love-hate relationship.
Can you hear now?
I thought I'd be on motoring. I thought I'd be on motoring.
I see.
So who say you bubomu kakra na afe na omo ye de so omo ye. Na ye kan anu tumu so be na otwi mienu so na omo pese omo mian.
Oh.
Na so ni nyina mu no Ghana for de omo ni hwe. Bibia ni honomu a ebetumi ama the will of the people no as subsided the biarada.
I see.
The nyame aka ne bebam.
Enti ena mo kwakọ file mo nomination any processes am go through ni na no. Mo ye well assured say mo bibia ye krogen ema yisi enkonkoba say nanakwamebediako amfa ne ma bia amfa nto akwamunti wa disqualified nti say ne last or disqualify odike no. Well,
to the best of our ability enioma isi no ankasa atworo no ahyehye no apone no yedi ni nyina so na yebema Ghana fo nyina so so ahunu adwumaden a yedi akom because we documented everything. We have a dossier of evidences.
Oh, okay.
Ya sheda edi egu ho enti no ye wogidie we are giving the electoral commission the benefit of the doubt.
I see.
So obey na adwuma na obey fair. Etino.
But more share throughout this process. Yes, must start say about your process we. Omone ye any omo share omudi agu akwan no. Emma more some kind of confidence be on mojo mudi.
Your confidence in this and go my percentage and me man 35%. Nanso so said the make no. Saa nyoma we nyina ye nyoma Ghana for na ama ho kwan. Ghana for na ama ho kwan. Na we position bit to say electoral commissioner kra no they should have had a fixed term. So no. A term where a bit to me transcend the term of the sitting president. Now menya your friend is saying statutory protection.
Okay.
A bit protected or more against arbitrary removal. And he said, "Oh, appoint him as an electoral commissioner. Me found only president I was so. So now appoint him me cry no me because minimum say won't mean free ho. Na say una appoint me.
But that is the case.
Na make say emra no ayase no we have to intervene. Politicians need mu say sa nyoma we favor omo nti omo nye ho adwuma. Na me kan biem say Ghana for ya me ni amre na ya ntopel sa duopoly we o man nye yeda. Take it from me.
Interesting. Aka 89 days na Ghana ye na ekoto santene akwakoto aba e de yi ye mampani ene ye mrahye bedwamfo. Also earlier me bisa say mo wo omo mbegina if you bisa say mo wo omo mbegina various constituencies in your name say na be ya betumi I has the smooth running of government business when you have the majority in parliament.
Yeah.
More share no ho no more.
And Amidi Kanka said we are operating a decentralized structure.
Oh, okay.
And the Yawonipa Bebra or more pen or more de musika a finance or more campaign. Into a drew say as I say a boy or munina no near formal a legioner, a singular legioner. We will do it.
All right. So Hubert Baidoo, the lead economic analyst at the New Force. And at exactly 10, me no can say me sure say nanakwamebediako the Electoral Commission office are offering the nomination to become a presidential candidate on the ballot box. And come December 7th, if all things being equal, bibia to 2 year, ni din eba ballot sheet ni so a na Ghana for ko trouble meto e dia ma nanakwamebediako. In the next 1 minute, Ghana for na abodom pebeti TV achi. Talk to them.
Ghana for ebiem me de enchia kese pa mamo na me da mo asenso me gina yenyina enua panyin na nanakwamebediako anemu adamose odo kese a mayi ediache the New Force, the fastest growing political movement in the whole of Africa. Na me de she mu nkran enso se ma adwene no enye se independent de otoma no a wase vote enka bida vote no a wode kwa akoma MPP ni NDC ama o mawini no eye sa vote no a na wode ma nanakwamebediako a onu so bewini. Enti I'm encouraging you, the youth of Ghana, mo meka ye ho na ahoden no enye kese na yentumi entopple the duopoly of the NDC and the MPP. Until then, our nation will perish. Madam Wase.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Hubert, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Bibiania, besa so edi nkomo biem. Hubert Baidoo, the lead economic analyst, the New Force.